very happy on this Friday. It almost feels like spring here outside Toronto. Am I right, Laura?
Definitely. We've had such an amazing week so far, our weather-wise. I know it's going to go back to kind of some abnormal, well, not abnormal, I guess, normal temperatures for March. So hopefully some of you guys are going to be able to get away soon if it's cold. But if you stayed home for this March break, that was not a good decision for our destinations, but maybe a good decision for yourselves in this beautiful weather we've had.
Excellent. Well, Spoiled Agents, I think we're going to get started. We really appreciate your time today, joining us over lunch. We got quite a few of you here on Zoom, quite a few on Facebook as well. And we have some very, very special guests today on this fabulous Friday. I think a lot of you know now our friend Laura Erskine, who's the Director of Wedding Services and Business Development for Blue Diamond Resorts. Welcome, Laura.
Thank you, Susan. Hi, everyone. If you haven't met me before, I am, as Susan mentioned, the Director of Weddings for our weddings program. I'm going to get into some of the wedding details a little later and explain our program to you and maybe why I'm in Toronto. But I am going to let my colleague, Adrian, who's here from our sales and groups department, he handles both groups and weddings in the beautiful Costa Rica, and he's joined by his colleague Denise today. And we're really excited to get to present to you and focus on Planet Hollywood Costa Rica, which if you don't know anything about it, you are missing out. I was very fortunate to go with a couple of agents. I don't know if any of you are on here today, to the hotel in November. And the team and destination did such an amazing job hosting our agents and hosting myself and showcasing what we can do for all of your clients, whether they're coming just for traveling or whether they're coming for weddings. It's such a magical place. It was my first time to Costa Rica. Most of the agents we took's first time to Costa Rica. And the biggest takeaway from my trip there, which I think you're going to see through Adrian's presentation today, was that Costa Rica is something beyond special. The people there are magical. The island is magical. It is just something else. So I'm really excited that we can focus in on this property and this, even just this island. It's, I think the people who live and breathe Costa Rica, you know, they're excited obviously about their resort, but I think they're excited about Costa Rica as a place in general, not just about the resort that they represent too. And that really comes across in how all of them work. So Susan, if you're okay, or if you have some housekeeping you want to go through, otherwise I can start the presentation when you're ready.
Sure. So just a quick little tip, you guys. If you have any questions, please add them to the Q&A box, not the chat. The chat gets lost, it moves up, and Laura and I and Adrian and Denise, we want to take all of the questions at the end, and it's easy if we go into the Q&A box, and this way you get your question answered, okay? So that's great, and also this is being recorded. A lot of people always ask, and it's going to be housed under the supplier page for Blue Diamond Resorts later today. Give us a few minutes to get that loaded up. And of course, I think, Laura, we have something really exciting to announce too, because there's a lucky spoiled agent that is going to go and visit Antigua, right? The much anticipated Royalton Chic Antigua.
Yes, it was we're waiting for it to open. It's opening at the end of April. It's a beautiful, brand new adults only property in Antigua. So we're giving away 2-night stay for 2 guests to go. So hopefully that you will be able to join us and come and see that. We will have the winner announced early next week. So hopefully that is a great start to your next week, and I look forward to announcing the winner.
Exciting times. So yeah, I think we're ready to start. Miss Laura and Adrian and Denise, if you want to share your screen, and I'm going to close things off from my side, but I'll be right here and I'll meet you at the end. How's that, guys?
Perfect. Sounds great. Okay, let me get this loaded, Adrian, and then we'll get going.
Sure. So thank you, Susan. Thank you, Laura. Really, really happy to this opportunity to do this presentation from the Canadian market. Something that I haven't mentioned is that I used to live in Canada. So I'm really familiar with you guys, with your culture. I'm really happy to show you what Costa Rica has to offer, okay? So my presentation is gonna be short. My presentation is gonna be about Costa Rica, to showcase first Costa Rica, and then Planet Hollywood. So if you have a couple looking for a wedding destination, Costa Rica is gonna be the one. Once they decide about the destination itself, we have our beautiful hotel that I'm gonna present now. And the best way to do this presentation is gonna be through a really nice and lovely video we have prepared for you all.
There is sound, everyone. It just starts in a minute, so just be patient.
In the jungle, the city jungle, the human works tonight. In the jungle, the concrete jungle, he's becoming so uptight. Ceiling are making you a bore. You're in rush hour and crammed in towers. You're in need of something more. We've been worried. You seem so hurried. Your work days never end. If you need restoring, then let's go exploring to a waterfall with all of your friends. And we're don't stress, my darling. Your job is working you. Swim with me in the deep blue sea, and you will come back home brand new.
How did everybody like that video? Wasn't it cute? Adrian, do we still have you? Well, kind of as I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation before that even started, a big part of Costa Rica and a big part of why I personally loved it is really outlined here. And I think that one of the biggest takeaways that I took were, and as I mentioned before, were the human beings who were there. Adrian, are you back?
Yes, I'm here. So how
Okay,
do you like
so
the video?
it was awesome.
Yeah. Okay. So great. We later on we are gonna share you the link for this video. Okay. So you all
Perfect.
can have it. Okay. So if after this video we have some people that are not sure about Costa Rica, I'm gonna give you some more reasons why to choose Costa Rica for a wedding destination. Okay. I'm gonna start with probably you already know, but Costa Rica is known as one of the happiest countries in the world. Okay, and we are really happy also and really proud to host 5% of the world's biodiversity. In such a small country, we host 5%. And did you know this? Costa Rica is one of the few countries in the world that doesn't have an army. Since 1948, we decided to not invest money in army but in education. That's why in Costa Rica we have a lot of bilingual people, not only speaking English but French as well. Because I see we have some Quebecois people, and if you come to this resort, yes, we have some people who speak French, including myself. Such a really safe country as well, with friendly people, friendly and happy people, and lot of things to do, lot of adventure. Did you know that 60% of our guests go out on excursions? And it is because of the nature. Everything is in about 40 minutes away from the hotel. If you want to go to do zip lining, you want to see the white-faced monkeys, or 1 hour if you want to go to the volcano. And something really important, we are located in one of the 5 blue zones in the world. What means blue zone? Okay, blue zones are those areas in the world where people live longest. As an average, this region has over 150 people who is older than 100 years old, and the rest will be as an average between the 80s and going up to the 100, which is
Adrian, if you want to close your video, you're welcome to while you present. It just might help the Wi-Fi a little bit. Because guys, he's in sunny Costa Rica. These things happen, right?
It's telling him to be outside is what it's doing.
For sure.
It doesn't want him working. It wants him enjoying. If any of you want to learn more about the Blue Zone too, there is Netflix documentaries on each of the different Blue Zones that are quite good as well. Are you back? We got you back, Adrian?
yes. Sorry, if
you
you're
want to
losing me for.
We are. If you want to leave your video off, it might help with the buffering.
Yeah.
You let me know when you want me to move on to the next slide.
Okay, so now once we are ready with this, now you already know why to choose Costa Rica. Now let's go to choose a hotel, okay? And the best hotel you can choose for this is Planet Hollywood Costa Rica, located in the most exclusive area of Guanacaste, which is called Peninsula Papagayo, just 30 minutes away from the international airport in Liberia. Okay, and is the only theme hotel that will honor or give you an star experience. All this hotel is about Hollywood itself, with stunning views. 65% of the hotel rooms will have ocean view, but the whole property itself is facing the ocean. And 2 years ago, we did a merge with Marriott, and now we belong to the Autograph Collection portfolio. And now let's talk about rooms. In the next slide, we are going to present you what we have. See these beautiful beds, which are handmade from a Canadian company. Do you know that?
That's awesome.
292. Yeah, that's awesome. So 292 rooms. The hotel is really easy to sell because we just have 3 rooms categories: junior suite, director suite, and producer suite. So easy, really easy to sell when you're coming as a group, as a wedding group, for example. And now let's see what the property offers as well in regards of food and bars. 7 restaurants for just 292 rooms, 5 bars where we have an international buffet, and a sport bar, 4 a la carte restaurants going from a steakhouse to Japanese, or Tex-Mex to Italian. And then also we have Guy's Fieri's, our burger joint at the main pool area, which is amazing. And 5 bars with exclusive drinks and beers. Yes, we do have some Canadian liquors as well, and Costa Rican. So what is the idea? To give you all what you can get in home, and also something different, something local. So that mix between the Hollywood brand itself and the Costa Rica experience.
And Adrian,
And then,
before we jump into the weddings, Adrian, I'd love for you, a lot of questions that we get, specifically in the weddings department that we get from agents and from
yeah,
people looking to come to the hotel, is kind of about, we obviously know we're situated on a hill, kind of like we saw from some of those beautiful pictures, but tell everyone a little bit about how they can get around the resort. Some people have mobility issues, because a lot of the times there is that concern with, our beach being down at the bottom and a lot of the rooms being up at the top. Can you hear me, Adrian?
yes, yes, I can hear you. I missed the last part, like the last 30 seconds.
Yeah, so it was just about trying to explain to our agents here a little bit about getting around the resort and our rooms being situated up by the lobby and then getting down to the beach and our main pool, just so that they can explain it to their clients looking at our hotel.
Yeah, how can they move around, you meant?
Yeah, so like we've got, like, just explain a little bit about kind of like our carts that rotate around and things like that.
Exactly. Yeah. So probably if you go to our hotel, you will see that we are a hilly property, which is amazing because that's the way we preserve the mountain like it is. Okay. We have wonderful golf carts that take you down from the lobby to the main pool in 5 minutes. Okay. That's really easy to move around. At the main pool section, for example, we have 3 restaurants. Okay. So if you're having a really magnificent time at the pool, you'll need to go all the way up to the lobby to get lunch. Because at the pool, we have restaurants. We have the beach right in front and white-faced monkeys, I will say all day long, waiting for you to take a picture and post it. This is what makes us different, okay? The brand itself and the love nature we offer. Transportation really easy and really friendly people giving you service.
Awesome. Okay, so let me jump into then a little bit about our weddings program, and we'll be happy to answer any questions about the resort at the end of this. But we're really fortunate to have some absolutely stunning locations at this property with our weddings program that I'm going to get into in a few minutes. But I did want to first go through with anybody that's new to Blue Diamond Resorts or hasn't booked a wedding with us or is wondering how we work. We have set up, like a lot of other resorts, a really unique environment where we have 3 different sections that will work with either yourselves or your clients from the start to the finish when it comes to the wedding program itself. So we have our centralized wedding planning department, which is where I work out of, and I help run our Blue Diamond Weddings team. And our goal in this department is to work with yourselves and your couples in securing what resort would be best for them for their wedding by having our sales team work in terms of sending all of the information about our hotels, working with you to determine what date works. And then once they've decided that one of our properties is for you, whether it be a Royalton or a Planet Hollywood, we will take a $500 US deposit that secures their wedding date with us. And then from there, we have a team of dedicated wedding planners who will work with your couples up until the time of their final payment. what they will do is about 6 months prior to the wedding, they start working with the couple directly. Or if you yourself offer planning services and the couple has hired you for that, we would work with you on their behalf in terms of planning all of the details from the start of the wedding to the end of the wedding. Any pre-events they're looking to have, if they want to do something post-wedding day, anything and everything that revolves around the wedding itself is going to be done with our wedding consultant. We typically start the formal planning about 6 months prior to the wedding date. And the reason behind that is really up until that point, a lot of the times the guest count is still being finalized. They're not sure who exactly is coming. They so for example, they may have a budget of $10,000 with thinking 50 people are coming. Well, if all of a sudden 100 people are coming, that budget is not going to go as far as it once did. And that can be really defeating to a lot of wedding couples and having to then redesign their wedding, redo all of the decor. And it's just a lot of work and stress that they do not need. About 45 days prior to the wedding, that's when our final payment is due and all of the wedding details need to be finalized. We collect the final payment. We send all of the details that have been pre-planned to all of our on-site teams, as well as all of the vendors that are involved. And then about 2 weeks before the wedding date, we will introduce the couple or yourselves, again, depending on who's doing the planning, to our on-site wedding team and the team member who is going to be responsible for them while in destination. We like to do that about 2 weeks before so that if there are any kind of hotel specific questions, that they are able to get those answered, but also so that they have kind of a peace of mind as to who they know, a name, as to who they're going to be meeting with when they arrive at the hotel. When the couple arrives at the hotel, they're going to have a meeting with the on-site team to review all of the details that have been pre-planned. They'll normally walk around, see the venues that they have for the wedding day, get a good feel as to how the wedding day is going to go. And then our wedding team is also there on site on the day of the wedding to ensure the wedding couple are getting to and from their locations for their different events and making sure all of the vendors and everything is set up and flowing properly. So really by having these 3 different teams, it can be a lot to some couples because they're like, I've had so many people touching base with me, but they really allow us to focus in on the journey that that couple is at during that specific time, rather than trying to be doing everything for everybody all at once. So it allows us to specialize a little bit more, be a little bit more focused on our customers when they're in those different stages, and then be able to let them be handled by the next person involved. Our wedding packages, which I'm going to go through with you, have really been designed around being as stress-free as possible. When I go through each of the packages, everything outlined there is exactly what they get. There's nothing hidden. There isn't any extra. There's nothing extra included in these. We've outlined every single thing that is included so that the couple can look at that and say, okay, these are, what I need to have my wedding. Now, here is what I want to have in my wedding. And that's really important to us because there are some people who come to us and just say, this is what I can, this is my budget. Can I get a wedding? We can easily do a wedding with their budget because, they can take this wedding package and it's got everything to get them through the ceremony, everything to get them through a reception. They don't need to add anything else on if they don't want to. All of the wants like photography and decor, entertainment, those are all the extras that are really customized and personalized to each client based on what it is that they're looking for. So if we have all of those inclusions in our wedding packages, that's basically saying every wedding couple is the same. You have to take this. We can't tailor anything to you. So we like to be able to tailor with our couples, which is why we've got the packages the way that we do. I'm also going to point out that every photo that you're seeing in this presentation are from our Costa Rica property or weddings that we've had here. So you can kind of visualize the aesthetics that we're able to do in our different locations here. And this here showcases our beach location that is both being used for a reception and a ceremony here. So our first package is our Planet Hollywood free package. This package is complimentary if there's a minimum booking of 35 room nights. They don't meet that requirement. They can absolutely still use this package and it can be purchased for $999 US if they don't meet that requirement. This package is perfect for those clients who are going to destination. They know it's an all-inclusive hotel. They want to use the all-inclusive features of the hotel. So they are able to come down, have a beautiful symbolic ceremony. There is a bridal bouquet, a groom's boutonniere included in here, as well as a semi-private dinner reception, which they can use to dine all together. and then go and have fun at the nightly entertainment that's happening at the hotel. Go to the sports bar, go and do kind of all of those other things. There's great karaoke at this hotel. So, you know, this is really something that a lot of people like to use if they're doing vow renewals. They don't want to do, you know, a big elaborate wedding again. Or if they're budget conscious and they want to come to beautiful Costa Rica and they want to have something that's complimentary being done. Our Planet Hollywood Love package is our most popular package. This package allows the guests to do a symbolic ceremony, as well as have a cocktail hour and a 3-hour private reception. So if you have clients who are interested in doing more of those traditional elements that they see at their at-home weddings, like speeches and dancing, this is the package that they're going to want to start with, because this allows them to have that flexibility with doing those types of events. So again, it is really basic in terms of what is outlined here, but as you can see, this gives them everything to be able to physically sit down at that ceremony, physically sit down at that reception, have the meal, have the enjoyable time with their family. And then if they'd like to add on some decor pieces, we're here to work with them through that. So this package is $4,199 US. It does include up to 30 guests, and then our additional guest fee is $80 US per person. That would include them in all of those features. So it includes them in the ceremony setup, the sparkling wine toast, the appetizers at the cocktail hour, the open bar at the cocktail hour, as well as the reception, dinner, and open bar and setup as well. So it's quite encompassing. A lot of the times it can be a little bit of sticker shock when they're seeing that cost, but when it gets broken down and they can see kind of what each element costs and adding it up, it does work out to be quite a good price point here. The third package that we have is our Planet Hollywood Glam package. So this package includes everything already outlined in the Love package, as well as all of these extras here. What this package is really best for is if you're looking to do, or your clients are looking to do a pre-wedding event, whether that's a rehearsal dinner, a welcome event, if they want to celebrate somebody's birthday, if mom and dad are having a special anniversary and they want to throw a party for them. This pre-wedding event inclusion here, which is a 2-hour private barbecue party, is really what this package kind of focuses on. If they're not interested in that extra party kind of thing, they can certainly add on a lot of these items to the Love package without getting up towards this cost point. So that's just something to consider when you are trying to direct your client. And that's what we do as well. If they're asking us which package they should go with, we really try and focus in on, are you going to be using that pre-wedding event? If that's not important to you, then definitely start with the Love package and build on from there. The price point of this package is $11,199 US. It does include 40 guests. And then the additional guest fee is $120 US per person as well. So I'm going to show you a little bit about our different locations here to kind of give you a glimpse as to what we can do. This is our beach location. Now, I will point out that our beach location does vary from time to time as to where we are able to physically set up the ceremony because of the tides. The tides come up quite high and they go out quite far. So depending on time of year, time of day, the actual physical location will change a little bit. You probably saw from a photo prior that the beach was set up further back. In this case here, we had it further out as we were able to with where the tides were situated at this point in time. We also have this beautiful gazebo, which is definitely for some smaller groups. It's a little bit more of an intimate space, which I do love, because sometimes when you get down to the beach or sometimes when you use some of the larger terraces, and if you are a smaller group, you can feel a little bit lost. So this space is really nice, again, for something that's a little bit more intimate and smaller that you don't have to do a lot of decor with. What I love about this is so simplistic, and adding in just this little bit of lush greenery has really elevated the space. And then you're going to have, you know, your wedding couple with a bridal party floral that can add a little bit of color to the space. A lot of people seem to forget that, you know, your wedding party, if you're having any, they're going to have probably colorful dresses on. Groomsmen, you know, they usually have some kind of colored tie or something like that, and that can all really stand out. So you don't always need a ton of color and a ton of decor. It can be very minimalist as well. And then we have our beautiful rooftop terrace. This is a stunning terrace. This is actually facing over to the marina. So it does have a beautiful view of the bay that we're in. And it's a very large space as well. So we can have quite a large group here if we needed to spread this out, you know, to the sides and then back as well. But again, it is a big space, but because of the structure of these pillars and things like that, you can make it seem smaller just by having the chairs a little bit narrower and then having, you know, it kind of following along the lines of the structure that's there as well. These pillars as well all light up at night for if somebody is doing a reception at this space. So it is really pretty and very unique to have those. Some of our reception locations, we can do it again at the rooftop, like I had just mentioned. We've got the beach and we have a ballroom. I'm going to show you a beach picture in a minute, but I really just wanted to showcase the different elements that can be done at this hotel in terms of the color pops that are able to be done, the decor that is able to be brought in. It's just really stunning and really a beautiful space to be able to offer different kinds of colors and floral and things like that. And then this is showcasing a beach reception that we've done from standing at the ocean looking back at the hotel. So just again, to give you a little bit of a different visual of the hotel itself and kind of how it's situated, it is simply stunning. And I think that a lot of the times people get worried about the beach. It is darker sand, obviously. It is darker than what looks in this picture, but it is still a beautiful location and it is very calming down there. It does feel a little bit removed from the resort, which is really quite lovely. And it does give it a very intimate and private atmosphere as well. If you are not aware, we offer a 10% commission from the wedding packages, so excluding the free package. If what we request is when the wedding is finished, we do require that you reach out to the assigned wedding planner. If you do not know the assigned wedding planner, that is no problem at all. You can email us at our main inbox, which is weddingplanner@royaltonresorts.com, and we are more than happy to find out who that person is and get you in touch with them. We need an invoice and wire details in order to present to you your wedding commission. So we do ask that you are requesting that information within 60 days of the wedding date, and we will be more than happy to support and help you through all of that. And then just to end on, we've got some wedding promotions that we're currently running. These are specific to Planet Hollywood Costa Rica right now. We do have our book, our Better Together promotion running, which is when you book the wedding, the couple will receive $25 off the PH Love or $35 off the PH Glam additional guest fee when there's more than 40 people in the group. So that's something that's running actually for all of our Royalton and Planet Hollywood properties right now. Exclusive to a few of our properties is a discount off of the wedding package itself. So inclusive of Planet Hollywood Costa Rica, if you have a wedding couple who book with us between March 1st and May 31st, they will receive either $500 off the Love package or $1,000 off the Glam package. And these are combinable promotions. So if you have a group of 40 people and they're looking at our hotels, try and take a look at one of the hotels that we're offering the credit to, because they would then get a discount off their wedding package and a discount off their additional guest fee too, which can make a big difference in when looking at the price points. And then just to end on our team a little bit, I haven't included Adrian and his team, but we'll provide you with their contact details after this. These are your Canadian key contacts. So Carolyn, who is our weddings manager for the program, if you have anything that's related to the wedding planning itself, any concerns that you're having, anything related to that, Carolyn is your go-to. Lori's our sales supervisor. So if you're looking for support during the booking phase, she is definitely your girl to go to. And then I'm obviously here as the director of wedding services. And then if there's anything related to the hotels themselves outside of the wedding department, you're definitely going to want to go to your BDM. So Dominica is our main BDM for Canada. Chanel also supports on the inside sales. And then Todd, if you haven't met Todd before, I'm sure most of you know he's been with us for a long time. He's our senior director. So if there's any concerns that you're having and you're not getting the support you feel you need, definitely feel free to reach out to Todd. And we'll these contacts are all found as well on the Spoiled Agent Blue Diamond Resorts page. So you always have access to all of us whenever you need it as well. Susan, that concludes our end here. If we want to open it to some questions, I can stop sharing here and we can go from there.
Excellent. Really great. I want to go to Costa Rica. I have to tell you, I love Costa Rica. And I learned a lot about this property and the wedding packages. It's so much better to go do a wedding in destination. Like you get your honeymoon, everyone gets a vacation, and you get to spend it all together, which is really great, right?
Yeah, I think that's the biggest part of it. And I think a lot of people have kind of felt that in coming up to before COVID as well, but kind of after that, it's like, your wedding comes and goes so quickly. If you have an at-home wedding, you have all these people flying in, you'll probably see them maybe for the wedding day, and then they all leave. And as you know, the wedding couple themselves, they don't get to spend a lot of time with those individuals because they're prepping for it, they're doing their rehearsal, then they're so busy the night of trying to say thank you and hi to 150 plus people. But you go to destination and you get to spend 5, 6, 7 days with all of these important people in your life. It's such an amazing thing to be able to do.
And I like the idea of that pre-barbecue package. I think,
Yeah,
I mean, what a great way to kick things off, right?
yeah, absolutely.
So I checked in on Facebook quickly here. Lots of great comments. They love the presentation. But I just want to mention Kathy said, thank you for this. She just sent some clients there. So they're on their way there soon.
Fantastic. Awesome. Thank you, Kathy.
Awesome. Awesome. Okay. So I'm not sure this might be for Adrian, this question or not, but if you see in the Q&As here, Lily's asking, is the beach swimmable at the resort?
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Okay, great. And maybe
and I could even say I was in multiple times. Now I was there at the beginning of November, so I can't comment on the rest of the year, but it's a beautiful, like it was crystal clear. I could walk out forever. It was so warm. It was beautiful, beautiful.
You're killing us, Laura. You're killing us over here. Okay, so our friend Susan, who's in Niagara, I believe, she's asking, how many weddings do you do in a day? Very good question.
Yeah, so at this hotel, we only do up to 2 a day, and it's very rare that we would have 2 on the same day because a lot of people want that rooftop terrace. So they usually look around to moving it around. So up to 2 at the most.
That's great. I would probably do, not that I'm already married, but if I was to do it all over again, maybe even renewing the vows, things like that. I like that night one where those pillars light up and stuff. That sounds gorgeous.
Yeah.
So Vicky's asking, what are the capacities of the wedding ceremony locations? Very good question.
Yeah, so I'd have to get exact, but I believe at the rooftop terrace, we're capping it out at about 100 people. Specifically too, because of the room size, like I think Adrian said there's only about 292 or 62 rooms. I can't quite remember. It's not a large hotel. So I don't think we'd ever have more than probably 100 people at a wedding at this property, just based on room volume alone. But the little terrace, I would say, or the gazebo that was down kind of closer to the beach is about 50 people. And then the beach, we don't really, again, kind of have a limit. We can structure it out, but again, probably around 100 people would be where we would want to cap these events at.
Okay, that's great. There's a question, how far in advance does a bride and groom have to be in Costa Rica to get married there? That's a great question.
It is, and I'm not going to give incorrect information here, so we will get back to you on that question. It will depend, obviously, if it's symbolic or legal. If it's symbolic, we request that they're there just 2 days in advance. For legal, I believe it's at least 3 full business days. It could be more, but we can get that information back to you.
And just so everyone knows, all the questions are going to be sent over to Laura, so she'll have them. And Laura's so great at doing a follow-up because there was a lot of questions of, can we get the video? I know Adrian said you guys can get the video. So Laura will probably include that in her follow-up if that's okay, because it was like the video of 2024 for me, guys. I loved it.
Yeah.
Sure, I will be more than happy to share that video with you all, okay?
Thanks,
Perfect.
Adrian. Okay, so Michelle's asking, it kind of goes with the amount of people you're talking about, the capacity. So do you offer South Asian wedding packages?
We do not currently in Costa Rica. It doesn't just come down to the packages themselves, but there's a lot of vendor relations we have to have. There's obviously the cuisine. That's the most major part of a South Asian wedding that we're not currently doing at this property. So at this time, it's not a program that we have at our Costa Rica hotel.
All right. And Tina's asking, so the sand is hot, 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 hot in Costa Rica. So how does that work with the beach wedding? Do you guys have any platforms you can maybe put down, things like that?
So I didn't have a problem when I was there with the beach itself. Where we do our ceremonies and most of our receptions is actually a very shaded area. There's tons of trees, so it does not get hot in that area. So we have not had that immediate problem, but we usually do them in the shaded areas so that we don't have as much of that.
That's great. I'm not sure if you can see the Q&A there from Tina. So I'm not sure about this. Can clients earn Bonvoy points booking through a supplier, Sunwing, of course, WestJet?
Yeah, it's a big question. At this time, this is something that is not being applicable to group bookings, as far as I'm aware. So no, I do not believe that they can earn Bonvoy points when they're booking through, that's the Marriott program. They cannot earn them through doing a group booking. I believe the main way of doing it is through individual bookings at this time.
Okay. Just a comment I see in the chat. Nadia says, my clients were there and they love this resort.
It really is. Honestly, you can't go and not want to go back. I'm so excited to be able to take my family. As Adrian was saying, the excursions alone that you can look to do. When we were in our transfer to and from the airport, the driver was just explaining all of these amazing excursions that you can do from the hotel. We're so fortunate to be so close to the airport. I know Adrian touched on it, saying we're only 30 minutes, but that is a huge selling feature.
Yep.
Our competitors are far, and they're longer drives, right? And then they're longer drives to get from the excursions. So, that is something that we really do have going for us. And hopefully that, when you're talking to your clients about our hotel versus another, we can look at seeing, what the drive time is. And that can be maybe the deciding factor.
Well, and to your point, Laura, when you're getting your family going, like you're
Yeah.
already probably maybe up a little bit early that day. It's a long day. You just want to get to the beach. You guys want to get something to drink, a little snack, and you want to
Yeah.
get that vacation started. So 30 minutes is nothing. That's really
Yes.
great.
Yeah.
Well, lots of great comments about a great presentation. Lots of people want to get there. And don't forget that there's going to be one lucky spoiled agent that's going to win a 2-night stay, but to Antigua, maybe not Costa Rica,
Yep.
but it doesn't matter. You can still get yourself to Costa Rica for sure.
Yes.
So it's going to be to the anticipated Royalton Chic and Antigua. And
Yeah.
I know Laura's going to choose the name in a couple of the days. So you're going to get to paradise, guys. That's all that matters, right?
Yes. And if anybody is interested in going to Planet Hollywood Costa Rica, on our spoiled agent page, there is details on how to request agent rates, or feel free, to reach out to Adrian and his sales team too, and see how we can support in that way too. We would love to give anybody a tour who wants to come down, showcase the property itself, and just even meet some of our wonderful staff that's in destination.
Well, and also you just touched on it. Thanks, Laura. So a couple times in the chat and over here on Facebook, I entered the link for your spoiled agent page that does have access to all the wedding information. As you mentioned, the agent rates, fact sheets, the contact information as well. So it's a wealth of information so you guys can get yourselves on vacation and learn something as well, right? There's lots of great learning features too, for sure. All right, well, it looks like I've checked in on Facebook, lots of thank yous, lots of oohs and ahs. It was awesome. You did a great job. Adrian, you guys did a great job. We love that you're in paradise. We can't wait to come and see you one day, and thank you for everything. And Laura, you're such a great ambassador as well for your brand. And you too, Adrian and Denise, being behind the scenes, thanks for joining us as well.
My pleasure. Red carpet will be ready. Always will be ready. You just let us know that you're coming, okay?
Sounds good. You guys heard it. Red carpet.
Yeah.
Thank you for the partnership, everyone. And we really appreciate it. And all the spoiled agents that joined us over lunch today on this fine Friday. Laura, we love working with you guys. And thanks for everything.
Thank you all.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.